Ladies and gentlemen, do not sit down. Let's give a standing ovation to Jason. Give him a tremendous round of applause. Wow. He is so gifted. You may be seated. He is so gifted, and I feel so very blessed to have the honor of having him introduce me. And no one can do it like he does. I want to take him on the road. Somebody say, bring him back. I know. I'm so excited. Joe and Aaron, where are you? Let's give them a round of applause. You have such incredible leadership here. Steve and Shannon, give them a round of applause. And the legendary Dr. Nagasawa, give him a tremendous round of applause. Yeah. And I want you, because you showed up, because you're demonstrating your commitment and your vision, give yourselves a round of applause. I want you to, right now, I want you to think about something that's important to you, some major goal that you'd like to achieve. And as you think about that and envision that, and this time that we spend together, I want you to think about 3 major goals. And I reflect on that quite often because of the experiences in my life. My first major goal was to buy my mother a home. I'm adopted. I'm one of 7 children that she adopted. I'm on the stage because of 2 women. One gave me life, the other one gave me love. God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And as a kid, my vision was, I wanted to buy my mother a home. She worked for wealthy families on Miami Beach. She cooked for them, and we ate the food left over from the families that she cooked for, Aaron. She kept their children, and we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept, Steve. And as a kid, I was walking around these big, beautiful mansions, and I said, Mama. And she said, what is it, Leslie? When I become a man, I'm going to buy you a big, beautiful home just like this. How many of you have somebody special you'd like to do something for? Raise your hands, please. Very good. I'm going to share with you how you can make that happen. Next thing is, I want you to think about your financial freedom number. That once you achieve that it will alleviate a lot of stress in your life. Once you achieve that, it would give you the opportunity to contribute to things that you believe in, causes that you support. Once you achieve that, it gives you more time for yourself, for your family, and the projects that's in your heart. You know, people say money won't make you happy, but everybody want to find out for themselves. A friend of mine, and Rita Davenport, said money ain't important, but it's right up there with oxygen. You know? And let me tell you something, fellas, even if you're as homeless as I am, you got some money, women will find something cute on you. Oh, my boyfriend's got eyelashes like Tom Cruise, honey. I used to be so broke I'd walk past the bank and trip the alarm. Creditors would call the house and my children would answer the phone and say, my daddy said he ain't home. And sometimes they would catch me. May I speak to Les Brown, please? Sorry, but he's not here. You sound like Les Brown. Don't you go there, big boy. But I want you to think about your financial freedom number. And whatever number that you pull up for yourself, I want you to multiply that 100 times. Because it's possible that you're part of an organization, you have a vehicle and a system that can make it become a reality. And then I want you to think about some social cause that you believe in. I'm a 20-year prostate cancer conqueror because of God's grace and mercy. And thank you. And so I want you to think about some cause that you want to contribute to. Horace Mann said we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. What is it that you're going to support? I support causes dealing with prostate cancer, And breast cancer, my mother was a 22-year breast cancer conqueror. One of the causes I believe in is training entrepreneurs how to begin to learn how to support themselves and their families in this new economy, this era that the late Peter Drucker called the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. You're here because most people don't realize what you know. In less than 10 years, 1/3 of the jobs that are available right now will be gone. They will be replaced by what is called mechanized intelligence. And so your being here is a part of a cause of helping people, helping families to be able to sustain themselves, to take care of themselves, helping families to have hope. And there's something wrong in this country alone where people come here trying to outswim sharks or outrun jeeps barefooted, and the suicide rate in this country has been higher than people dying from traffic accidents, people who lost hope. And you are an instrument, you are a tool, you bring as a voice of hope the opportunity for people to have not only hope but a vehicle to begin to sustain themselves, to take care of themselves. And when you speak, your voice means a lot. I never forget a gentleman who changed my life. I came in his class one day waiting on another student. I just eulogized him a few weeks ago, and he said, "Young man, go to the board and work this problem out for me." I said, "Sir, I can't do that." He said, "Look at me." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Go to the board and work the problem out anyhow." I said, I can't do that, sir." And the other students started laughing, saying, "He's Leslie. He's got a twin brother, Wesley. His brother's smart. He's DT. He's the dumb twin." And I said, "I am, sir." And the class erupted in laughter. And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me and he said, "Don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." And you will be confronted with millions of people who's living within the context of the opinions that have been expressed to them. And when you speak, you have the opportunity to break the spell, to allow them to realize that they can become, as Mother Teresa would say, a pencil in the hand of God and start writing a new chapter in their lives. When you speak, you have the opportunity to help people to begin to realize that they are not victims of their circumstances, that they can do more, they can have more, they can experience more. When you speak, that you have the chance to expand their vision of themselves, of what's possible. I want you to shake someone's hand on your right and left right now. Look them in the eyes and say, "Let's go big." Do that right now. Say, "Let's go big." Ladies and gentlemen, as you look at your goals, as you look at your dreams, I want you to take some notes. Write this down, please. It's possible. Given my circumstances, given my beginning, born in an abandoned building on a floor, when I was in 5th grade, I was labeled educable mentally retarded, put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade, failed again when I was in the 8th grade. I have no college training. I could not have said to you that when I become an adult, I'll be traveling around the world. Just spoke in 21 different countries recently: Stockholm, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Johannesburg, South Africa. I could not have said to you that I would produce several speeches for public television. I could not have said to you that I've been able to earn millions of dollars doing what I love to do, living my dream. Everything that I've done was a result of this industry, because it gave me a chance to develop myself. All the meetings that you have, the small meetings, the one-on-one, the large meetings, it allows you to develop your leadership potential, allows you, and I want you to write this down, to discover your power voice. You have a power voice, and it allows you to be introduced to a part of yourself that you don't know. I did not know this, Les Brown. Mike Williams, he's the author of a book called, and it's worth writing down, The Road to Your Best Stuff. The Road to Your Best Stuff. I was involved in broadcasting. He said, Brownie, yes. I had a big afro and wearing a dashiki. He said, you can do more than be a disc jockey here at WVKO in Columbus, Ohio. And I said, what else can I do? He said, you can do a variety of things, man. He said, all of us are born the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless. And so this is a time that I was introduced when multi-level marketing was just beginning. A guy named Bill Bailey had a company called Best Line Products, and then there was something else called Dare to Be Great with Glenn Turner. And so this is in the early stages. And so it gave me a chance to do something that I enjoy doing. I love people. How many of you love people? Raise your hands, please. I love working with people. And so it gave me an opportunity to learn how to begin to build a life for myself. Write this down. People need systems to allow them to create wealth. They can't do it by themselves. They need a system. You're part of a system that's tried and proven. And because of that system, my ability to learn how to present myself and to speak and to manage people, and most importantly, to manage myself and having goals and dreams beyond my comfort zone, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been, that it introduced me to a part of myself that I did not know. It challenged me. And I can tell you, based upon my experience in traveling around the world doing this for so many years, that it's very important to have a mindset of it's possible. Many people that you talk to and introduce to this business, they're going to say no. Why? Because they're suffering from possibility blindness in speaking. I didn't do this for 14 years because I didn't think I could compete with people with PhDs and MBAs. I didn't think that I could compete with people who work for major corporations. I didn't think that I can create enough value and credibility that AT&T, who I spoke for 3 weeks ago, and DirecTV, who I spoke for a month ago, I didn't think that I could get IBM and Xerox and all these major corporations to hire me. Let me share something with you, and I don't even know you, but you have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. I don't know you, but here's what I know based upon my own experience. You have greatness within you. Here's what I know, that as you are in this room, that it's no accident. It's no accident. If you did not believe in your heart of hearts that you can do more, that you can achieve more, if you didn't believe in your heart of hearts that you can do what I've done and other people here and even more, you wouldn't be in this room. In fact, I only attract millionaires or millionaires in training. You ought to be applauding yourself after that. So as you think about your goal and dream, I want you to say it with conviction, it's possible. I wanted to buy my mother a home, and I was able to do that because I believe. My brothers and sisters, they didn't believe. I was a state legislator in Columbus, Ohio, using the principles that many of you have already been exposed. And I'll never forget, my brother called and my sister and said, Leslie, are you sitting down? I said, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Mama is sick and she can't take care of herself. We're going to put her in a nursing home. And I said, no. And they said, we knew you would say that. Margaret Ann, talk to him. Leslie, we have the best nursing home in all of Dade County. I said, I don't care. No. So I had a problem. How can one woman raise 7 children who couldn't take care of themselves, but 7 grown people couldn't take care of one woman? I had a problem with that. And I said, no, we're not going to do it. And I shocked them. I was a state legislator, just got elected my 3rd term, chairman of the Human Resource Committee and the Education Committee. I resigned the next day and flew to Miami. When I rung the doorbell, a friend of my mother was there. Mrs. Mildred said, Mamie, Leslie's here. And I heard my mother say in the background, I knew he would come. I knew he would come. How many of you have people in your life that you want them to know that you can be there for them? Raise your hands, please. Good. And this business, this system that you're part of will help you to do that. Let us say together, it's possible. I can have my dream. Yeah, see, they did a study of some 30 1,000 achievers around the world to find out what was the common denominator among them that enabled them to reach their goals. Here's what they discovered. 85% of them reach their goals because of their attitude, 15% because of their aptitude. We have out front a limited number of something that I've created called 4 stages to greatness: self-awareness, self-approval, self-commitment, and self-fulfillment. You have to retrain your thinking. Earl Nightingale said that you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. I heard when Jason was talking, I can't tell you the number of days that I drove and listened to the words of Jim Rohn. All of us have in life the opportunity to create a new life for ourselves. All of us have the chance to make our lives an example or a warning. Zig Ziglar, if you give enough people what they want, they will give you what you want. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Earl Nightingale, all of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. I was retraining my thinking. In a book called Learned Optimism, Dr. Martin Seligman, it shows and it demonstrates between 0 and 5 that we form a word in our hearts. That word is either yes or it's no, based upon who's around us, who's speaking into our lives, based upon our circumstances. That's how we develop the vision of ourselves. And so you're here for a reason. I want everybody to hold your right index finger up, please. Hold it up. If you don't do anything else, hold that up. Ready? Good. Put it in your ear. Sometimes we got to be like little children. And listen to me. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You're here because this is a moment in destiny in your life. You're here because you're about to have a major breakthrough. You're here because you know that what you've done is only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for you. You are here because you know you have the ability to do more, to have more, to experience more. You're here because you were born to be wealthy. It's your destiny. Take your finger out. I didn't want it to go in one ear and out the other. I got you now. I'm going to make you rich and there's nothing you can do about it. Let us say together, it's possible. I can have my dream. Here's the next step. Write this down. It's necessary. Yeah, see, a lot of people will say it's possible. We know that. But you've got to decide it's necessary. I was 10 years old. Mama, what is it, Leslie? I'm going to buy you a home. It was not an idle wish. Some of you are here because your goal is to transition out of the job where you are into something that you can control, where you can write your own check, that you can be your own boss. Why? Because you're not mentally fit to work for somebody for the rest of your life. And so that's why you're here. You're here because it's necessary. You've got to do this for yourself. It doesn't make sense to work on a job where you're doing 2 and 3 jobs for one paycheck and no job security. You're going to put in that kind of time and effort under that kind of stress. You know you need to build something for yourself. And so some of you are here because you've got to this point in your life where you've said, you're about to make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. You about to make me act a fool up in here. I got to get out of here. It's necessary that you do something that resonates with you, that gives you a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning where you can make a difference and earn money too. There's no better combination than that, and that's the kind of organization that you're in, and that's the kind of leadership that you have. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, bring your energy level up. And it's necessary for you to step up. It's necessary that you step up your energy, that you work together. Write this down. Collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. Collaborative. Thank you. Achievement-driven, supportive relationships. Those are the people that are winning. Collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. A house divided against itself cannot stand. And so you're competing for ears. You're competing for yeses. You're competing for individuals, entrepreneurs around the world. In order for that to happen, you've got to come together, you've got to work together, and you have to have some goals that you're going to work on to support each other to get to that next level and to get your part of the marketplace. Shake someone's hand on your right and left and say, let's dominate. Do that right now. Yes. You have to think in terms of that. You got superior products. You got great leadership. Now you make the difference. When I became a speaker, my goal was not be a speaker. My goal was to be the speaker. The same with you. You've got products that no one can dispute the impact and the value of helping people to develop a health consciousness and how it can help enhance people's health. No one can deny that. A technology that you have and that's available that no one else has, now it's about you. And when you decide that it's necessary, it's not about the products now, it's about you. When you decide that I'm ready to make this happen, when you make the commitment, it's amazing of what can happen. There are things that you can do that you don't even know. John F. Kennedy, 1961, called his cabinet together. They had a meeting. The meeting was for the purpose to determine what will it take for America to go to the moon. They were prepared to be there for weeks or for months as necessary. And he looked to Werner von Braun, one of the most brilliant German scientists of that day, and said, Werner, what will it take for us to go to the moon? And everybody was set for a long lecture about the cost, about the budget, about the personnel, about the technology. Everybody was set for something that would be a prolonged conversation and discussion. And he said 5 words. Werner, what will it take for us to go to the moon? He said, the will to do it. The will to do it. What will it take for you to have explosive growth in your organization where you are? The will to do it. What it would take for you to grow the business so that you don't have to go back to a job that's stressing you out, that on Monday morning, 35% of the heart attack rate in this country increases by 35% because people are getting ready for jobs. 86% are getting ready for jobs that they hate. What will it take for you with these incredible products to grow your income, to help the people in your organization go to the next level, to create financial independence? Let us say together, the will to do it. I'm going to ask you a question, and then I want you to say with conviction, the will to do it. What will it take for you to have explosive growth in your organization? What will it take for you to increase your recruiting efforts? What will it take for you to begin to decrease the number of people who drop out? What will it take for you to exhibit a level of leadership and impact and influence that people will admire? Shake someone's hand on your right and left and say, I have the will to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the will to do it. My favorite book says, whosoever will, let him come. This is not a business that you convince people to do. You're not looking for people who need more money. You're looking for people who want more money. This is a time, as you're looking at yourself, looking at your goals and dreams, let us say together, it's possible. And you got to feed yourself on that every day. That's why you want to listen to motivational messages on a regular basis. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. Everything that I'm saying, you've heard it before from Steve. You've heard it before from Joe. You've heard it before from your leadership. But faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. Let us say together, it's necessary. There's a conviction that you must have in your mind and in your spirit and your energy as you think about your goals and dreams every day, where you write them down and you review them and you read them and you talk to yourself every day. Let us say together, it's me. George Bernard Shaw said, the people that make it in this world, they look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. Let us say together, it's hard. How many of you know it's hard? Raise your hands, please. I knew it would be hard for me to get out of dashikis and the afro and learn a new language, a new culture, and compete against people who had years of education, PhDs and MBAs, and create a level of credibility that will allow corporations to reach over them to hire me. I knew that would be hard. And so I avoided it. I didn't think I could compete because I don't have a college education. And my mentor said something that's worth writing down. He said, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. It's hard building this business. In the beginning, you do a lot of things that you don't get paid for. But as you continue to build, you get paid for a lot of things that you don't do. It takes patience. Let us say together, patience. It takes persistence. Let us say persistence. Perseverance. All of those things are necessary in building a strong business, building a strong foundation. Don't look up for 2 to 3 years to see whether or not you're making any impact. No. When you make the commitment, you're willing to do whatever is required to see it through, to make it happen. There are people who are jumping from one organization to the other and wondering why they can't make it. It's not the product, it's not the business, it's them. They're not honoring their commitment to themselves. When you honor your commitment to yourself, and I'm telling what I know, you'd be surprised. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you when you honor your commitment. Let us say together, it's worth it. What will make it worth it for you? You need to think about that and have it someplace where you can see it. 5 major reasons on why you are not going to give up. 5 major reasons that as a result of your spending your money and your time and flying cross country, and some of you came out of the country, 5 major reasons why, regardless of the setbacks and experiences that you have, that will want you to give up and think it not strange that you'll face the fiery furnaces of this world when you have goals and dreams. You will, not you might. You will have tribulations. 5 major reasons on why you're not going to surrender, why you're going to keep on pushing through. Leslie, you are crazy. I've got to do this, Mama. Leslie, you quit your job at Sears. You had benefits there. Mama, I can't do that anymore. I've trained people. They put those people over me. They're making the money. I'm not. They're not going to give me the promotion that I have earned. I can't do that. I can't buy a home for you. I can't take care of you and do the things that I want to do for you and for my children. And I need to know, do I have it? Son, you do have it. You're a good son. You're very respectful. And you've done a lot for me. I said, I know, but it's not enough. No. I know I can do something else. I can't explain it, Mama. I can't explain it. God, I've got to do this for me and for you. You're not able to do the things you used to do, and I'm going to take care of you. I told you at 10 I would be here, and I'm not going anywhere. I don't know what the defining moments are for you. All of us have defining moments. Defining moments. I'll never forget when my mother was first diagnosed with breast cancer, and I took her to Jackson Memorial Hospital, and my mother she was a jovial person, and she said, "Hello, ma'am, how are you?" And the lady just looked at my mother with no facial expression and asked, "What kind of insurance do you have?" And I stepped forward. I said, "She has Les Brown Unlimited." I said, "I have an MBA, and that stands for Mega Bank Account." And were it not for this business, I wouldn't have been able to say that. I couldn't say that. This business helped me to discover things about myself that I did not know. It helped to develop me. And I'm saying to you, I don't know you, but when you challenge yourself, when you put yourself outside of your comfort zone, you become a risk taker. Scott said, if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? Helen Keller said something I love. She said, life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. And so as you look at yourself, look at your goals, let us say together, it's possible. I can live my dream. Put your hand over your heart right now. Put your hand over your heart. It's necessary. If this is going to be my best year ever. It's necessary that I go all out. That I challenge myself. That I bring out the greatness in me. I know I can do more. I know there's more in me. Shake someone's hand on your right and left and say, bring out the greatness in you. Bring out the greatness in you.